Hello, Africa. Keep watching AUTV.
This program is proudly sponsored by Venom Mineral Water, Share the Love, and Bigo Drinks.
I'm glad to have you back on Hello Africa, Voices of Africa coming to you live. And this moment, I want to tell you about the International Persons with Disability Empowerment Conference, which is happening in November in Accra. And this conference aims to empower persons with disabilities and promote inclusivity, equity, and sustainable development. And to discuss this issue with me, this program with me is the Executive Director of Sustainable Development Implementation and Advocacy and Local Business Group, and the person of Mr. Kweku Kakah. You're welcome to Hello Africa.
Thank you.
Great. So we're looking at the International Persons with Disability Empowerment Conference. One would think, is it for only people who are across the world or locally, or it's international because the conference emanated from a global situation and it's here to empower people, local people locally who are with disabilities and a whole lot. Tell us about the conference, its aim, its vision, and how we can help everybody be involved.
Thank you so much, sir. The International Persons with Disabilities Empowerment Conference is an annual gathering which will welcome stakeholders from outside, sponsors also from the diaspora. It's Ghanaian owned though, but we have stakeholders, supporters and other people who are also in the drive to empower persons with disability. So it's not only limited to persons with disability, but people who are advocating for their empowerment and also to strengthen policies that lies around persons with disability. It all came about when my team and I went to do a couple of due diligence in 15 out of the 16 regions we have in Ghana here, exactly. And we chanced upon some gaps, especially stigmatization when it comes to religious places. These places are not accessible to persons with disabilities.
Okay.
Social gatherings. For the past 5 years, there have been a lot of, in December, Christmas shows and stuff. And all this is only limited to, I won't say we the able people, but also, you get it, exactly. It's not accessible to persons with disabilities at all. And if they can't access workplaces, they can't access social places to, where can they access? How will they earn a living? So this conference comes at a point where we think we need to empower them, make them understand their rights. Yes, their privileges too. And also bring together stakeholders for a collective collaboration and networking. Exactly. So they know who to channel their problems and challenges to as and when it comes.
You know, you mentioned how they can attend concerts and co. Someone said, what do they need? What are they going to do over there? They can't jump and cheer people. But anyway, maybe they will have their own concert or something. but beyond that, what are some of the challenges that you have actually gathered which pertain to persons with disabilities or any other impairments that you think is a strong premise for there to be patronage in this conference?
Buildings and offices are not, I would say, very accessible to persons with disabilities. So if where they work are not accessible, how will they work?
Yeah.
Yes. Transportation systems are not accessible to them.
Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes with the buses and stuff, blind people like accessing. Even how many inclusive cars do we have in the country that can transport persons with disabilities from a point to the other?
Yeah.
Also, too, because they are not socially active, too, they don't get to meet people that we think or who are channeling the drive to empower them. So if you are not meeting the people who want to help you, how then are you helped? These are some of the challenges that we identified, and we want to close the gap. Yes.
Is there any support you've gotten thus far with governments and Ministry of Health and also the Ministry for Gender and Social Advocacy? Is there any governmental involvement in this agenda you're trying to push?
Oh yes, the National Councils for Persons with Disabilities, yes. We went through the Disability Act 2006, Article 715, which talks about empowering persons with disabilities and some provisions under them, and they will be in attendance. Yes. will be.
Are there any other international partners that you are also looking forward to engage in this
Exactly,
program?
World Food Program. Exactly. So during the conference, a component of the conference, I would say a 50% component of the conference is trainings and capacity building. We will train these persons with disabilities in agripreneurship, like snail farming, mushroom farming, vegetable gardening, home gardening, exactly.
Okay, so these are things you're doing to empower them. That's
Exactly.
the empowering aspect.
Yes.
So if you look at empowerment, you've done so well, or I mean, great prospect over there. Let's look at the equity aspect. Now, there's some buildings in Ghana which are actually already made. They didn't factor into it the whole person with disability aspect. So you can see that they can't access it. Are you actually advocating that they do a whole re-engineering of the building where they figure in there, or they attach a point that will accommodate persons with disabilities, or you actually making this advocacy to inform new architecture that they should actually be informed of, that there are persons with disabilities who need to be factored in the whole engineering of the building? Which one is the goal here?
Okay, I will start by saying who attends INPEWDEC, which is International Persons with Disability, HR people, people in the ICT sector, people in the banking sector, people in the religious sector. And in the conference, we will discuss accessible workplace. Yes. Formerly, we were not having, when it comes to story buildings, the machine that
The escalators.
exactly. But as time went on, people were getting the idea that persons with disabilities who are in school, after school, then what happens? Do we leave them? Do we sideline them? No. We want them to be with us, equitable. So if per se we have a blind person who you think cannot access the fourth floor, there could be a department, a small work, exactly, down there where he or she comes in and works, earns a living, and life is good.
I see.
We are promoting equity for all. No discrimination, nothing. Exactly.
And if you consider the conference, it seems quite interesting, having all these persons with disabilities, and it varies. What are some of the, I would say, your target persons with disabilities? Because it varies. Which
Exactly.
ones are you looking at?
We are looking at the blind, the deaf, mental health, exactly.
Mental
And
health?
Yes, mental health people too. Yes.
So people who are depressed.
They also coming, exactly.
Yeah.
They also coming.
Depression with one eye open, one eye closed.
And they also coming.
Which is debatable? So tell us more about that.
With the mental health, we're looking at all forms of mental health. Yes. Autism.
Okay.
People too will be there. Because you'll be marveled that these people have hidden talent and things that they can actually do that you, as an able person that you think you can't do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last 2 years, I read an article on one lawyer who is blind.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Who passed out? Who was called to the bar?
Ordinarily, I won't say I myself, but I myself, I won't consider law because I know what I can do. You get
Yes.
it? Exactly. And a blind lawyer. So it also highlights success stories of people in their communities, and this will give them the drive to do more.
Yes.
Yes.
I think there's an impact story because people have long underestimated persons with disabilities because we think that they are not productive. In fact, that's the perception. They are not productive, they are not efficient, they are no value to our 21st century workforce. But the lawyer who passed that was called to the bar had studied with the bro and passed the entrance exams and also gone to Makola to make it and now called to the bar. It's a great testimony that gives you all a hide up that yes, person with disability has the ability. So even though they have all that impairment, it doesn't incapacitate their efforts. They still have a lot to contribute. This is an inspiration to you. And have you met with this blind lawyer to make him an ambassador? Because you need ambassadors, haven't you?
Exactly. We actually
have you got some?
We are in talking stages with a lot of exactly. You see, this time of the year, a lot of schedules and are tight, but we'll try our best to bring him on board. We also have persons with disabilities who are graphic designers.
Okay.
We'll supply to caterers. Exactly. And physiotherapists too. People who have disabilities who are encouraging abled people
who are actually supporting well-being.
Exactly.
Disabilities are supporting well-being.
Exactly.
That is
It
selfless.
will surprise you.
That's selfless. It is interesting that these very refreshing and very motivating, initiatives are going on, and yet you may not have the support. What has been the challenge so far the INPEWDEC is concerned? Have you had a smooth sail in getting your progress done, funding? Have you had the support you need, or there is still a challenge in getting the funding that you desire to get to do what you want to do?
There's lots of challenges, exactly, because we wanted to showcase the gap, yes, during the conference. Then we showcase what we are also bringing on board. But we have stakeholders, government agencies who do not want us to showcase the gap during the conference, because I wouldn't say they are not doing much. They are doing much, but at least they need the drive, the zeal to do more. When it comes to funding too, the VFP is supporting us on this initiative, and we are thanking them a lot, exactly.
You know, we'll just do a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk more about the conference and what to expect this year. Right back.
Hey, so this is Dishant from Unica University Common Application. I recommend you to watch AAU television.
AAU TV is the place to be for every person in higher education in Africa. Better be there or be nowhere.
Continuez de regarder la télé et surtout sur le AAU.
Keep watching it, and it will change the way you interact with higher education on the continent. AAU, great job.
I want to tell you that AAU television is fantastic, it's educative, it's informative, and it is a must for anybody who is interested in higher education in Africa.
When I was in Accra last year, I did an interview on this TV. It's a very important mouthpiece.
It's a data, it's a bank of all we need for the development of higher education in Africa.
People should make an effort to view it because it discusses very current issues of development across the continent.
I believe that the station will continue to promote the overall development of Africa, particularly in the tertiary education sector.
AAU TV provides a platform and shares a lot of information to a broader audience. So we wish you all the best, and please continue serving AAU TV,
the voice of higher education in Africa.
Hello Africa, keep watching AAU TV, the voice of higher education in Africa.
This program is proudly sponsored by Venom Mineral Water, Share the Love, and Bigo Drinks.
So you're welcome back on Hello Africa, the voice of Africa, and we're talking about International Persons with Disabilities Conference, and I have here the Executive Director for the initiative, the person of Mr. Kweku Kakah, and we're talking about how this program has evolved and, you know, the support they get, because when it comes to a person with disability, the perception is a lot. I mean, we actually look down upon them every day, and we think that they are actually a burden. But when he said that a person with disability is actually into physiotherapy, your eyebrows raise and say, wow, so they are actually being selfless and trying their best to contribute to the environment that we think that they contribute less to. And that is very touching. I want us to look at the point of funding, where you were. I want it to really sound very well to everybody who's watching us. How is the status of funding and your desire to execute? Do you have enough funding to help you alleviate poverty or empower these persons with disabilities or not?
Currently, we do not have enough funding, but we are trying our best. And World Food Program too has really helped us, or is helping us in this initiative. Exactly. Supporting us with some funds to implement this project. And during the conference too, we will launch the regional skills development project. Exactly. And this will run through the 60 regions, focusing only on persons with disabilities.
Okay.
We'll train them on the agripreneurship, as I mentioned, raising arts, and also liquid soap making. Exactly. Because there are a lot of, out of the 8% persons with disabilities we have in Ghana, about 4.5% are not working. Exactly. So I wouldn't say starting them up or leading them into businesses, but also empowering them. Exactly. for domestic use and also for business use.
Another important aspect is how far-reaching is your campaign to publicize this event, because there are some other people with disability who don't have the cell phones, the social media to see what is happening. How are you trying to reach them with the message, inviting them for the INPEWDEC 2024 this November?
We have a group of traditional rulers, yes. In my line of work, I work with traditional rulers, also with churches and other leaders. So we've sent them invitations, letters for them to scout persons with disabilities in their various areas. We've also sent letters to members of parliament to support persons with disabilities in their various constituencies to attend the conference and be empowered.
I am personally a goal-oriented person, okay? I'm actually goal-oriented, so I want to see the goal. What is your goal? In the next 20 years, what would you want to stand tall and say or boast, or I won't say boast, but actually declare an achievement for? What is the goal for the INPEWDEC in the next 20 years?
Okay. When it comes to our goals and our objectives, exactly, we are looking at raising awareness. In the raising of awareness, at least each office in the country had at least one person who is disabled working in a department or in a unit. Yes. I won't say in the next 20 years, but in the next 10 years. Because INPEWDEC is here to stay. Exactly. Also to driving businesses or startups whose leaders are persons with disabilities in the next 5 to 10 years. Because this trainings we give them will empower them with startup packs too. Exactly. I wouldn't say serious ones would drive through, but we are looking at encouraging them as and when visiting their farms when they start production. Yes.
Interesting. So with the point of having these people employed, persons with disabilities employed in these institutions, is there going to be an affirmative action policy for HR managers to ensure that at least if you employ a person with disability, you stand to have these incentives from government, tax rebates, or other, I would say, benefits that you can gain as an institution if you do that? Has there been any conversation, or is there any working documents that would enforce that or would motivate HRs to be doing that?
In speaking with the National Council for Persons with Disability and the Ministry of Gender, we mentioned to them that during the conference, persons with disabilities will be brought up to mention their challenges they face. Exactly. Then we have the experts and our stakeholders also generate or identify solutions to their challenges. We put together a call to action document. Next year, I think our parliament will be active, yes. Submit it to them and do follow-ups. Because next year, National Council of Persons with Disability will be coming strong, and we will also be partnering with them strongly on this initiative.
In fact, just in some few weeks to come, the parliament should actually be active. That is what the record is saying.
We have 19 days to election time. Exactly.
Yeah, there are some unfinished business there. Unfinished business. Oh, but let's try and wrap it up over here. It is a very interesting conference. So tell us, do you have, with all the big names who are going to be there, how is the proceeding of events going to be like? Will there be just people with disabilities sitting and listening to people say what they want to say, or there will be some other side attraction activities that would inspire actions for policy making and also for a whole changing our way of life and our way of seeing persons with disabilities? What is it going to be like?
There will be lots of side attractions. Exactly. We are having a WEU, Winneba University Special School coming, Legon Special School coming, and these students in these special schools have hidden talents and also innovative ideas. Yes. There will be projections, there will be exhibitions of persons with disabilities who are already into farming. Last year, I worked with a 13-year-old paralyzed girl who is a farmer. Farms over 12 acres.
Wow.
Exactly.
That's huge.
So all these people come exhibiting their products. We are not only promoting their products, but also promoting policies around them. Exactly. There will also be a job fair strictly for persons with disabilities. Exactly.
In fact, if you're watching us from any part of Africa or across the world, and you have anybody in mind who has an impairment or any challenge physically or has any disability. I wouldn't want disability making a very common word, an impairment or any challenge physically. You may want to recommend to them to make time for the International Person with Disability Empowerment Conference in November. When exactly in November is this coming on?
On the Thursday 28th and Friday 29th of November at the Accra Digital Center.
At the Accra Digital Center, 28th and 29th of November. Before the November month ends, you have these 2 days serving the good of persons with disabilities. And it doesn't matter where you are. Does it matter where you are?
No, please.
Your nationality, does it matter?
It doesn't matter.
So it's international. So if you are an African in Ghana or any part of the continent, make your way to Ghana at the Accra Digital Center and participate in this event. Is there any say fee to pay to participate?
No, there's
it's
no
free.
fee. It's free.
It's free.
It's free. Free starter packs. Free. Everything is free.
There's one item that also sparks motivation. The 13th item, is it free?
Everything is free.
You can't afford to be at home, okay? You have to try and make your way to the Accra Digital Center and participate in the International Person with Disabilities Empowerment Conference. And it's not only for person with disability. If you are an employer, if you are an entrepreneur, and you have the love and interest and the compassion for persons with disability, you should also be there to support them with what you have. So I can be there, you can be there in your able states and support our brothers and sisters who are having a challenge physically or mentally. And let's imbibe in them some sort of confidence that they could also contribute to nation building. So, Kweku, look at your camera, okay, and send a word to somebody out there who is heartbroken, who is deterred and despaired because they think that they've lost one part of them that makes them physically disabled, and they think that their world has come to an end. There is a conference for them. And also, not only the conference, but is there anything to tell this person to want to have some hope for life?
Exactly. I would tell all persons with disabilities in Ghana and around the world that this is ours. This is yours. Yes. Everything there is accessible. Usually they complain when they go to conferences, it's not accessible. Food, no, this is yours. We understand you. We know who you are. We know what you people can do exactly. So we are inviting all of you to International Persons with Disability Empowerment Conference. If you are unemployed, come along with your CV, a video of what you can do, anything. And you wouldn't leave there the same. I would copy messages from the religious sect that when you come, you wouldn't leave INPEWDEC the same.
And I also commit to also try and then find people who are in this state and bring them over to the place. I want to be there to see what will happen, because I also have a heart for these persons, because I feel like they're also human beings. They find themselves in a very compromised situation that we should be there for them and support them. So, Kweku, thank you so much for your long achievements and long efforts and commitment to this cause, to stand with persons with disabilities. And I believe that you will also get rewarded for your commitment and compassion. Have a nice day.
I'm also grateful for this opportunity. Yeah. I'm very, very, very much grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Wish you the best in the program as well.
Thank you.
Great. So we come your way shortly with Game on Africa. So, I mean, there's all happening in the world of sports, you know. Those who broke your legs over the weekend, and also those who got points from goals and all that. Stay with us. We'll bring you more on Game on Africa with Philemon Edwards alongside somebody. I want to tell you, you'll see. Take care.
Explore a whole new world of exciting visuals with AAU TV. Get ready for a mix of interesting talk shows, interviews, discovery documentaries, and news on AAU TV. It's not just about watching TV, it's about experiencing something special. AAU TV reaches over 25 countries in Africa, bringing you a blend of knowledge and fun. Learn about different cultures as you enjoy the shows. If you have events or want to showcase your business, we've got you covered. Watch AAU TV free-to-air channel on satellite. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter, at AAU TV. Reach out on call or WhatsApp us at +233 26 629 6601 or +233 20 399 5210. AAU TV, the voice of higher education in Africa.
This is Hello Africa on AAU TV.
This program is proudly sponsored by Vena Mineral Water, Share the Love, and Bigo Drinks.